hear these scrolls.
Okay, whatever. So, hello everyone. I'm your host, Jasmine Phipps, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Spilling Tea with a POC. If you missed the last video, you already know what to do. Click off this, onto that, and then click back onto this one. Thank you. And also make sure that if you aren't following the official Spilling Tea with a POC Instagram if you guys aren't following the official Spilling Tea with a POC Instagram, make sure you're following at Spilling Tea with a POC for all, the updates and, stuff that's going on the podcast. Got to be following the Instagram. But before we begin, I know you guys see that I have a special guest here with me today. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Hi everybody, my name is Pragya, and you guys may know me as Jazz's roommate last year. Mm-hmm. I'm a third year at Cal Poly. I'm a biological sciences major.
Oh, it is biological sciences.
Yeah, that's the official name.
So I'm gonna put that on your little thing because I was like, bio is kind of short.
It is short. You can't just it's the word is biology. Yeah, already.
So biomedical. Biomedical.
That's a whole different field.
Woo! Yeah. Okay, sorry. Further the introduction. Go ahead.
Anyways, without that, I'll just carry on. So it's biological sciences. That's my major. I'm from Los Angeles, California.
Hello. Woo.
Although I'm in Santa Maria right now, enjoying the Central Coast because, I go to Cal Poly slow. Yeah, this is the Central Coast.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Because we're by the coast.
Like the beach?
Like the ocean.
Like where the fishies be.
That's where we are.
Okay, well, that's great. Thank you for introducing yourself, Pragya. If you guys don't know her, if you want to know more about her, you could definitely, even though she does no Instagram pictures right now, I don't know what happened to all of them. You guys can follow her at, Pragya. I will link all that. You already know that. But anyways, today's episode, I know you guys are excited. We're going 3 weeks strong because I've been posting, I posted 2 episodes last week. Even with it being finals week, we're wrapping up finals. How are your finals?
A trooper. You're a trooper for doing this during finals because finals is a stressful time.
Thank you.
It's a stressful time. People in my family are not allowed to talk to me during finals. Wow. My dad knows, my brother knows. They're just not supposed to talk to me because it's stressful.
It is stressful.
Props to you.
And I think we need to take a step back and also realize that we as college students, we're doing our thing because college isn't easy. So I just want to...
Whoa. It is not easy. It is not easy.
I'm trying to tell you, it's not easy. It's not easy. So, we're doing our big one. But I want to get into what the episode is today. 3 years in, 3 big lessons, okay? Because, we're in our 3rd year at Cal Poly SLO, San Luis Obispo, we also are, doing our big one in our 20s. Because, I had to add it. We're in our 20s,
we both turned 20.
We're in our 20s. We've been in our 20s for a cool minute now. So I feel like we could really definitely talk about this topic.
Yeah.
Because we've been in our 20s.
We've lived for 20 years.
20 whole years.
That's 2 decades.
Wow, I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
When I turned 10, I was like, dang, I lived for a decade. But when I turned 22,
double decades.
I had to double it. Okay, I'm sorry. But let's get into the podcast,
All right.
So the first big lesson that I do want to get into is patience. I feel like when we're like, you're younger, you're never patient. But when you get into college, especially even when when you get older, you have to really learn how to be patient. When I say being patient with getting a degree takes a long time. Getting followers, even with this podcast stuff, with this content creation, I have to learn to be patient because not everybody's going to support you at the beginning. But what can you say about, patience? What have you learned while being in college and throughout, navigating your 20s about patience? What's one thing that looking back... no. What do you think about patience?
What do I think about patience? I think it's a virtue. First and foremost, gotta address it as it is. Patience is a virtue.
It is.
I definitely think that patience in today's day and age is a lot less practiced just because I feel like, just technically speaking with Amazon, ordering stuff, social media, you're used to things being quick. Before people used to communicate, people used to communicate with letters, it took time and people invested that time into things that they liked. But I feel like in today's day and age, we've had so many resources and so much, advancements
with technology,
that things are just fast, and patience is just something that's not practiced as much as it should be. Yeah. So I feel like just from that aspect alone, I feel like people are a lot less patient already off the bat.
Yeah.
But, you know, obviously you do still have to practice patience with, you know, your interactions with people, with school, with files, just stuff like that. And I feel like patience is just something that is better off if it's taught young.
Yeah, and it also, I guess it comes to you with maturity. I think that because of social media, because you always see somebody succeeding you don't see people's failures. And I talk about this on every single episode. You never see somebody's failures because they're only posting their successes. So it looks like they're succeeding at a fast rate, but in reality, you're not seeing all those nights that they're staying up studying. You're not seeing all those nights where they're staying up. Exactly. So I feel like what's some advice that you would give to the listeners about how you've practiced patience or you've, you know...
Okay. Yeah. So some things that I would say, practicing patience, first, I would say just practice being alone. Patience comes with, you know, not having any other factors around you but yourself, because it's something that comes from within. So you want to minimize as many external factors as you can and just spend that time with yourself to realize, you know, how are you going to be able to practice patience. Something else I like to do is if I'm feeling a little bit impatient, I like to distract myself with something else. I know you know that she lived with me, so she would know.
We're very similar in that aspect.
In a lot of aspects, but you know, that's one of them. But yeah, I would just say spend some time alone. I like to just go and distract myself, do something different, you know, go for a drive, go for a walk, write in your journal, just things to practice peace and stuff. That is what will help you practice patience. And so for right now, that's what's worked for me. What about you? What do you do? What do you do for patience? Let me ask you.
I want to try yoga. That's one thing I really want to try. Meditation. Shout out to Sydney. She's in my group for Comms 330, classical rhetorical. Classical rhetoric. That's the class. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I actually do. But she practices meditation, and I feel like, because I've had ADHD, and I know I said this in every freaking video, but I really want to try to practice being still in my own thoughts, because I feel like I'm always moving at a fast pace.
Right.
But I journal right now. Sometimes I paint when I get to it. I turn into Bob Ross on them. But I really like writing, because I feel like the page never judges me. I can write down all my feelings, and I will never be judged, because it's that. You can't judge me. You just gotta listen to me, because you're on the paper. You're a paper. You're a piece of paper.
Yeah. Enough about the paper.
I feel like also with patience, it comes learning who you are and figuring out who you are as a person. That comes with, you have to be patient. Yeah. You're not gonna figure everything out at the right state. You're not at the very beginning. So you gotta be patient to see how, time will tell how things turn out. And also, you are the one writing your story of success. So you have to be patient to see how it all reads.
And if I may add something to that, I also feel like practicing patience is just as important as just knowing that not everything is in your hands. A lot of things that you're going to have to practice patience for is going to be things that are out of your control. So just knowing and understanding that will definitely help you practice being patient with, when's my teacher going to grade that test? When am I going to get this back? When's this going to happen? When am I going to get a reply to my email? All these things are things that you just need to practice patience for, because at the end of the day, those are not things in your hands.
Yes. Also, I do want to add to that, I didn't learn how to navigate through college, because we are talking about 3 years in, three big lessons.
Right.
How to navigate college academically until this year. I did not learn how to get good, really understand how to do other things, extracurricular things, while doing academics. I feel like I started things but never really finished things. Even with this podcast, I started this freshman year,
right?
But I didn't really get to, going with it until my sophomore year, and then really get going with it my junior year, and really learn how to do it. So everything comes with patience. So I feel like for the younger listeners, incoming college students, first-year college students, you're not going to understand how to navigate college right away. Right. That's a big misconception that people have. High school and college are two completely different places. You're not going to understand college right away. And I feel like...
People change their majors. Their majors, the thing that they're coming to college for. So imagine not knowing what your major is coming into college. So just know that, there's time to figure things out.
This is when you figure things out. This is the time you're supposed to figure things out.
Exactly. And working on yourself is the best way to do that, because at the end of the day, you're the one that's going to be there.
I also want to talk about like creating a routine, because I feel like this leads in. I'm a routine type of person, you know. This.
For sure.
I wake up at 5 a.m. Well, I haven't been recently, but Coach
they don't gotta
Chris,
know that. They don't gotta know that.
But I like creating a routine. That way, my days are structured, and you even do this too,
right?
Because I've seen you, because I lived with you,
Right.
I wasn't watching you when you woke up, I wasn't doing that. I couldn't really do it. Okay.
I made sure to lock my doors. Coming in, watching me. Okay.
But I definitely got a couple pictures of my roommates last year. Definitely did. When they were sleeping, they didn't know, but Anyways, creating
back to that one, but carry on.
Creating a routine is also important, I feel, because in college you have a really somewhat free. Well, I'm a comms major, but a somewhat free schedule that you're creating. So if you don't create a routine, you're kind of like. I feel like you can start to live day by day because nobody's forcing you to study. Nobody's forcing you to do these things. Right. So one big piece of advice I can give to you is creating a routine. That way, when you create a routine, you create good habits. And you want to create good habits in these young years of your life.
Exactly.
So that you can carry those on in the future. So my question to you is, what challenges did you face your freshman year versus now? Because you have a little bit of things figured out,
I will definitely. It's a lot of things figured out. I got a lot of things figured out in my 3 big years. I will say freshman year, I never understood. I guess the importance of waking up early. I always thought, I'm staying up late at night. Mm-hmm. I'm waking up, later, but it's okay because, I'm staying out later at night. I'm getting the same amount of hours. And I know a lot of people think that way. Mm-hmm. But something that I will say I've learned now that this year, I drop my brother off at school every day. So I do have to wake up.
She's also commuting to school, for those who don't know.
Commute from Santa Maria, 30-minute drive.
Which is not easy.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm going to say.
Yeah,
sorry.
it's one freeway, but it's not easy.
No, it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
Okay.
I be commuting. So it's okay. I drop my brother off every morning, so I have to wake up for him. And I've realized now that I've dropped him off in school, I come back home, I'm up. I'm up until my classes. So just having those hours in my day added, so beneficial. So many things I can complete that I didn't even
think about.
Yeah. And not just waking up adds hours to your day. So definitely think about that one. Work on that one. Mm-hmm. But I will also say something that I've learned this year, more this quarter, is that I just get into work. Like when I get home, I just start my work.
Yeah, don't take breaks.
I don't take breaks. I just get to it because at the end of the day, if I start, I'm going. And I'm going to go. Like, I did it already. Yeah. I did it. I started and I'm done.
Complete it. Yeah. Don't push it off.
Exactly.
I guess you can take breaks, just don't push it to the last minute. Because that's smart.
Yeah, so that's something that I've learned. Like, that really helps. Just, I know I don't want to do it, but later I'm going to want to do it less because I'm doing what I want to do. So it's
I have to do
it. Exactly. So walk in, just start it, get it out the way. Like, I've learned to just get things out the way. Yeah. And, it's really helpful, especially because you're, got a lot of responsibilities.
Yes, I love waking up early. When I don't wake up early now because of, right now I know you also have to listen to your body. If you need those 2 extra hours of sleep, you get those extra hours of sleep.
Take them.
But I try to, my favorite days are Monday. I'm not gonna lie to you because I can wake up on a Monday. I don't know what it is at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, you guys see me waking up at 5, but I really wake up at 4 just so I could have that. Okay, I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up. You know how you play with yourself, like you're like, I don't want to get up. I'm not gonna get up. So I wake up around 4 so that I can do that. Yeah. And then at 5 I'm up. I'm ready. I'm ready to get my day started. I work out. I eat breakfast. I eat twice. So that I have my day started. It makes, I don't know, when you get up earlier. Yeah. Dang, plane. Can you leave?
Oh,
the airport's right
there.
They
can hear the plane.
Yeah, they can. They're gonna hear it.
Some sensitive mics.
But it's about waking up early, creating a routine, because that can help you create good habits. So
it definitely helps. Definitely helps.
I feel like that's a very good piece of advice for young listeners, even first years.
Yeah. For me to summarize up the advice, I'll just say it in like a famous way that everybody knows.
Hello.
I gotta say hello. It's not that deep.
Oh.
When like Nike says just do it, and you see it everywhere. And
hey, I got one better for you.
Let me hear it.
Take Jasmine's quote. Why wait? Be great.
That one goes hand in hand. goes hand in hand with what I'm about to say. But Nike, just do it. Literally, I know we see it all the time.
Just do it.
But listen to them, because they're
get
cooking.
sponsored.
They're cooking. They're cooking something up with that quote.
We need
just
sponsorship
do it.
For Nike.
Oh yeah, subtle
See,
hint
that's why
for
I was
Nike.
trying to,
Subtle hint.
Yeah, hello.
Do you got any gear? No, but it's okay.
I'm actually Adidas now because our school's Adidas.
Really?
So no
Is
more
our school
Nike.
Adidas?
Yes.
Oh, I don't hate Adidas. That's good. Adidas is cool.
Good.
But as Nike says, just do it. So just do it.
Yes.
Just do it. Like, I know there are so many reasons not to do it.
Yeah.
Don't listen to that. Just do it. That's all I gotta say.
Just do it.
Just do. You know what?
If you don't get anything
Pause
from
this
this
right
video,
now. Pause this right now and go do it. Go do it. Go do it. I know you have.
Wait. Make sure that you come back and listen to the rest of the episode. Don't just pause and
No.
Yeah, pause. You could pause. No, pause. How about this? Pause. Get your homework. Get your homework. No, and then unpause and then listen to this while you're doing it.
Ooh, good idea. You need to
Unless
just
you're reading.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But once you do your homework, just do it and come watch the podcast.
Just do it. Just do it. Like Nike. The second big lesson that I want to get into is being selfish. Hold on. Being selfish with your time and your energy. Because can we get into that real quick?
Yeah.
Defining selfishness. Let's in a positive light. Selfish is not like the stuck up, like, what I mean by selfish, I mean by prioritizing yourself.
Right.
Because that is important.
Right.
Being selfish with your time and energy in college is very important because everybody, whether you think they're doing it or not around you, whether you think they're doing it around you, they are. Like everybody's being selfish. Everybody's worried about themselves. So why can't you do it too? Mm-hmm. But also do it in a positive way. If things aren't benefiting you, let it go. If things aren't, helping you, let it go. Right. So, Pragya, how do you define being selfish in a positive way, and why do you think it's important?
Okay, so first and foremost, selfishness has always had a negative connotation, I feel like. Yes. And, in this podcast, we just want to take away that. Yeah. Because we're trying to focus on the positive aspect of being selfish. Mm-hmm. Because, there are a lot. Mm-hmm. First and foremost, like Jess said, be selfish with your time. Your time is not free. Your time is worth money.
Time keeps going whether you wait, you stop now, or you don't go, or time is money.
Time is money. Like, I know this is like, you've heard it, but they say it so much because it's true. Yeah. Time is money. So you definitely want to be selfish with your time. You don't just want to give your time to anything. And this ties in with my just do it philosophy because, you're wasting your time. So I feel like a lot of having to be selfish is just having to understand the importance of you. Because at the end of the day, your time is reflected on yourself and not somebody else. Yes. The time you give somebody else is just that little portion of your time that they'll have, but that's a little portion of your time that you could have used to do something else. So your time is yours and valuable. It's up to you. Yeah, it's up to you how you want to use that. Yes. So just think about it. Think about it and prioritize the things you have to do. Prioritize yourself.
Yes, like also balancing. I feel like balancing life. Being selective with your time. Like you can have time for friends who, like I talked about in my other podcast episode. If you haven't listened to it, episode 1. Get there. Season 2. Season 2, baby. We're in big season 2. You need to make sure that you can balance your life. You can balance your time as well. Mm-hmm. So balancing your time for those friends who are kind of draining. You can still have them in your life, but you have to set aside time for them and then cut that time short. And then all right, it was cool talking to you. I gotta go now. I got things to do. Like, if these people are not, also, if these people aren't being appreciative of that you are spending time, you are taking time out of your day, that you could be doing something else, let them go.
Exactly. You got to be with people who know the importance of your time as well as you do. And you're not going to know that until you know the importance of your time. So go understand that for yourself.
I feel like one positive, if you read my book, one way that I learned, like I learned this in high school and you still kind of have to learn it in college. Like I've gone through many lessons. had many friends where I'm like, okay, well, I should not have spent all that time with them and all that energy, because your energy is what helps you go in the morning, and your energy is what helps you get throughout the day. So if you're drained from a friendship or this person or this thing that you keep having to do, let it go. I learned this in high school when I was hanging around a whole bunch of nobodies. And when I stopped hanging out with them, I started doing more for myself. I started really, I was excelling in track, even though I was going through stuff. Even though, you're going to always go through stuff. But I started really getting things done because I stopped hanging out with these people. Okay. So it's a matter of literally life or death. If you stop hanging out with these people, then, you start it opens your eyes to a bigger world outside of them. So that's why it's so important. I want to ask you, what's one example where being selective with your time and energy led to a major breakthrough?
Okay, I would say that being selective with my time, one thing that I'll start off with is saying that in high school, I was very much a people pleaser. I would, just hang out with the people that wanted me to hang out with them, make posters, just do things for the people that wanted me to do things. I would give them my time. And at that time, I, wasn't aware of the importance of my time because growing up, you just do what you're told. But I feel like coming into college, I've just realized that, my skills, my time, my energy
are valuable.
They're important. At the end of the day, people get paid for things that they do. So it's like, why am I just wasting that? Why am I just wasting that when I could be gaining from it? So I guess that's just a really big mindset that's helped me. Another thing that's helped me is just gaining a lot of self-esteem. I feel like with a lot of skills that I have, I used to just dismiss them. And I used to just think of them as, everybody possesses this. But really. The more you meet people that don't have these skills, you start to realize, I am valuable. You're not going to meet somebody like this, know? So I guess just, growing up, seeing that, it's not.
I feel like I want to add to that. I feel like a lot of times because we're in these spaces, especially when you're in college, you're going to be around people who are like you're not going to be the smartest person in the room. You're never going to be like that. Because in high school, it's very easy to be the smartest person in the room.
And there's always another room. If you're the smartest person in that room, there's always another room.
Hello. Thank you. Because I feel like some people don't realize, baby, you're not the smartest person in the whole world.
There's many rooms. Rooms.
Just realizing that, you have to realize your value. Because you are valuable. And so you have to know, I guess another big lesson, we're going to talk about one more, but is know your worth.
Oh, know your worth.
And be confident in who you are. Because you do have valuable skills. But I feel like it's very easy in college because you're around so many smart individuals. It's hard. It's easy to forget that you do bring value. It's easy to forget, especially as a student of color, because your voice is often not heard. So it's even this is for all the people who is normally okay, I don't really feel smart because I'm around, but you're around people who look like you. So when you're around a whole bunch of people who do not look like you, it makes it even harder to feel or to remember your worth and your value.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Especially, we're both at the PWI.
Predominantly white institution for those who do not know.
Predominantly. The way I did not know it was predominant. I just thought it was I
didn't even know Cal Poly was a predominantly white institution until I showed up on the campus. Well, no, I visited Cal Poly, right? But I didn't show up. I didn't see Cal Poly when it had students on it. So how am I supposed to know it's a predominantly white institution? Okay,
well, we know now. We know now, and we know well.
we know well.
So that's how our classes are, But so most of the times, Jasmine and I are only person of color in a lot of our classrooms. So, seeing that can definitely make your self-esteem lower, make your confidence lower, not help you see, the value that you hold. But, if anything, that just makes you more valuable.
Hello.
Unique. Unique.
Keep your shoulders held up high. You feel me? Because you are, wonderfully.
You're wonderfully you.
Okay.
Thank you, girl.
I would like to go into a mid-break.
Of course.
Hey, listeners, before we dive deeper into today's episode of Spilling Tea, spilling into 3 years, what was it? 3 years?
3 big lessons.
3 years in 3 big lessons, sorry. I want to give a shout out to myself If you don't know that I am a published author. I'm trying to sell this book, you know.
Wow.
I recently, well, not recently, but over a year ago, I republished my book. If you would like to support a Black author, check out my book. It is available on Amazon. Oh, you were looking for a book?
Yeah, so I could put it up.
It's actually in a drawer, but it's like, you know, it's hard because we got all the...
Kind of far.
Yeah. It's available on Amazon, and it is available on Barnes & Noble. Hello.com.
Oh, wow.
So now let's go back into our discussion.
Right.
So the last lesson that I want to talk about.
Let's talk about it.
I want to talk about
let's talk about
investing in yourself. Invest in yourself.
Ooh,
you know, personal development is very important. Personal growth, self-awareness.
So important. Self-awareness is so important.
It's very important because I feel like a lot of times in college, a lot of people do not have self-awareness, and it also, like, when you don't have self-awareness and you're not, you know, aware of what you're doing, it kind of just it gives that it's not giving vibe. Like, it's like, what are you doing?
There's
like,
a sense of randomness.
Fix this, because I need you to understand what you're doing wrong. Like, you can't always play the victim card.
Right.
You got to give it to somebody else.
Another thing I want to say for our young viewers, or listeners,
hello.
as you say, you know, very profesh.
Thanks.
Is that, you know, when you're young, you know, like, you can let some stuff slide. You're young, you're learning, your friends are learning, but we're grown. We're grown. We're 20.
Yes, I do want to talk about that.
We're not that grown, but we're grown enough.
We're 20.
We're grown enough to understand that, and I feel like a lot of our peers are grown enough to understand it, and a lot of our friends are grown enough to understand that. And this is when we start to have those discussions where it's like, we can't handle that. We can't handle this petty stuff. I'm not letting it slide
no more.
Yeah, because we're grown.
But it's also like being self-aware. When you're self-aware, you understand, okay, this person's reacting to my reaction.
Right. It goes both ways.
So it's not like somebody's reacting. Like, you have to understand, people are reacting to how you're reacting to them. Right. It's not like, oh, they're just doing it out of the blue. No, they're reacting to how you're reacting. Exactly. And now, because they're showing the same energy you're showing, it's like, oh, shoot. What's going on? I don't understand. No. They're reacting you know, to your energy.
Exactly.
I also want to talk. I really want to. That's important. Self-awareness is important, but I feel like that's a whole different topic that we should get into eventually. Yeah, I'm gonna have you back onto the podcast. I love Pragya's energy. You know, I love her energy. But self-investing in yourself is very important. Whether it's creating hobbies for yourself. Like, that is a self-investment. Mm-hmm. Self-care is an investment in yourself. We can talk about education all day. We're in college, yes, but making sure that you're meeting these, like, you know, those basic needs is also very important. Mm-hmm. Investing in yourself, for example, like for this podcast thing, I invested in myself. I invested time. No, I did not. I have a very great, and I want to shout out because I always have to shout them out. Quick Labs and my dad, Curlin Phipps, for helping me invest in myself. Because, you know, without him, none of this would be possible at all. But also taking the steps to, I didn't start off with the Rodecaster. If y'all really, really know, I started off with a fake mic.
This came last year.
It wasn't really like, it was a fake mic. It was a prop. And it was with my phone. I was recording on my phone. But, you know, I didn't really get all the equipment until I showed that, you know, I really want to do this podcasting stuff. Right. So investing in yourself is important.
Right.
Also, sometimes, I have a shopping addiction, so I can't really say this is investing in myself. I think this is just an addiction.
Spending on yourself?
But spending a little bit of money on yourself, if you can do it if you could do it and it's not like bad, like you spending $100.
If it's feasible.
Feasible, there you go. If it's feasible, you know, invest in yourself. Get your nails done. Learn how to do your nails, because, you know, nails be expensive. Yeah. Learn how to do things that, you know, investing. What can you say, or what advice would you give to the listeners on how you know they can invest in themselves, or how do you invest in yourself?
Well, I have a couple of things to say about this. First and foremost, as I start off all my answers, I would say that, you know, our life is long. And a lot of the time we spend is with our parents, and a lot of the time we spend is with our siblings, and a lot of the time we spend is with our friends. But the most time you spend is with yourself, because you're the one that's going to be there. Throughout every phase of your life, you're the one that's going to be there. Mm-hmm. So who do you want to take care of? Yourself. So I think investing in yourself is... Said. Thank you. I just thought of it right now while you were talking. I was like, I gotta get my answer ready. So I invest in myself a lot. I wouldn't, you know, I definitely care about all of my friends, all of my family and everything. Yes. But I feel like, you know, I do want to put myself first with a lot of things, just because.
Gotta tie it on my body. Put yourself first.
Exactly. Put yourself first. And I know I talk about this all the time, but something that I will bring up is the impact somebody has versus the intention that they have. Because I feel like investing in yourself is focusing on that intent. You know, if somebody does something with the intention of whatever their intention is, it never matters. Yeah. All that matters is your impact, is how it impacts you.
Yes. Because that carries on.
It carries on. You got to invest in yourself. You can't be around people. I don't care what their intentions are. Yeah. I don't care. You know, because people's actions, how they affect you, how they impact you. That's what matters.
Because that's what you're left with. I feel like even with friendships and investing in your time, it's like, what did that leave you? Like, yes, it left you a lesson, but did it leave you anything good? No. That's what you have to start thinking about. Like, me hanging out with Pragya, I can hang out with her all the time because it's always positive energy. I don't feel drained. I don't feel like, you know, I'm tired. Like, I don't feel like I have to even close myself up. I can be myself around her. Right. It's important to hang around people who keep you, you know, keep you going, motivate you to keep going. Like, who also have a similar mindset, but not only that, but like, you just gotta hang around the right people.
Yeah. You don't want to be dragged down. You want to go up together. Yes. You don't want to be dragged down.
And also, like, I feel like a lot of people don't understand this, but a lot of people don't want to see you win. Oh, like, I know this. I know this. I could tell you this. Like, a lot of 9 times out of 10. Also, for my content creators, because I keep feeling this myself. Okay. Your friends don't have to support you. They don't. I don't expect anybody to sit here and support me. However, it comes with time. That goes back to patience, investing in yourself. Keep going. When you keep going, when you keep pushing, that's also investing in yourself. It's not all about the materialistic things. Right. Keep going. If you fail, you're going to fail. It's going to happen. Yeah. Keep going. That's investing in yourself.
Yeah. Be selfish. Be selfish. It ties with our other.
You know, like this they all are intertwined.
Yeah, this all adds up. It all adds up. Yeah.
Like, I feel like today's episode, I think we need a part 2 of this because we still have more to talk about, but I want to wrap it up a little bit.
We gotta wrap it up.
I gotta
wrap it up. You guys gotta go do your homework.
And I got a girls' night to go to, so
we gotta
go. But Pragya, it's been wonderful spilling tea with you. I really appreciate it.
It's been great.
I really enjoyed this conversation, and I feel like if you listeners have any questions or have anything that you want to add into part 2, let me know, because this is spilling tea in your 20s, there's going to be 20 episodes. Yeah, I know I'm doing this to myself, but there's 20 episodes this season. So I will definitely have you on for a couple more episodes because, you know, I got to fill the episodes up with special guests, and I only know a couple people like Polly.
What can I say? You got to invest.
You got to invest.
Got to invest in the right people.
Yes.
Got to invest.
Yes. I would like to I would love to continue spilling tea with you, but I'm gonna spill more tea with you on the next episode.
Gotta keep them waiting. Gotta
keep them waiting. You never know what's gonna be on a Spilling Tea with a POC episode.
Leave them on a cliffhanger. On a cliffhanger.
But I just want to wrap this up and say thank you guys so much for listening. I love you guys, and I love you guys' support. I love the texts, the emails. Well, not the emails, but the DMs, because let's be in the 20th. Is it 21st century still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna
the 21st century.
In the 21st century for a couple more years, Jazz.
But thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Merry Christmas. We're in that season. Happy New Year's.
Hey, happy holidays.
You know, there you go. That's better. Happy holidays, and thank you guys so much for listening. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to spill more tea with you. Bye.